Paso to the Shack Wings and Brew. T2Y Overland and Hammer Performance are having their monthly get together for, you know, off-road overlanding rigs and, you know, just kind of coming hanging out. It's called Wings and Wheels, even though it's like 10 in the morning, so mostly everybody's gonna do coffee. But we're on our way out there, gonna meet up with some of the guys, some of the, you know, new faces or whatever that's coming out to this stuff. And then afterwards, later in the day, it's about 9:42 right now, about 12:30-ish, we're gonna be heading out to Kilbourne Kilbourne Crater, in the far west side of El Paso. I'll throw up a map right now so you guys can see. And we'll be trailing out there and camping for tonight. So it's gonna be a long day in the sun for sure. You know, the highs aren't too bad. I think when I checked, the highs were like in the low 80s, and then the lows tonight are like mid to low 50s. So it's not going to be too cold. It's not going to be too hot. It might be too hot, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But we'll be out there. I'm following my dad right now. We are on Loop 375 in El Paso, Texas. Dad's up there rocking the inaugural debut of his Mission trailer, brand new. So tonight is going to be his first night camping in it, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we're about 10 minutes away from the shack, so we'll figure out, you know, like the logistics for everything as far as, you know, trailing to the spot goes later on. But we'll see you guys when we get there.
And also because it had just been spring break.
Get here and have had the coffee. Have you guys ever been there? Yeah. Oh, no. We were here the first night. Yes, the nighttime. I'm getting hungry. Are you hungry, Johnny?
What's up, guys? So we are now on Trans Mountain, which is the highway that connects northeast El Paso with west El Paso. Kind of, you know, a highway that splits the mountain and goes through to get from one side to the other without having to go all the way around. So we're convoying up. We're gonna stop at a gas station before we hit the road, or the dirt road, to gas up last minute items, you know, snacks and whatnot, before we hit the road. And then from there we'll be seeing camp. It's not a long drive at all to get to the campsite. Once we hit dirt road, it's maybe like 20-30 minutes of, you know, decently paced dirt. So I actually didn't record when we stopped at Love's, just because everybody was kind of, you know, trying to get their last minute provisions for the trail. But we are on dirt road now. As you can see, we are in the back of, I guess this is Santa Teresa, New Mexico. So now we're just trying to head out to Kilbourne Hole, which is not too far from here. From there we'll set up camp and, you know, kind of try to figure out how to stay cool for the day, because it's still pretty early. It's about 1:30 now. So we have the day here. We'll be camping out, taking off in the morning. But yeah, it's looking to be pretty good. There's a slight breeze, so it's not too dusty. The dust gets carried away pretty quick. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's not as miserable as it potentially could be. So we just pulled into our potential camp for the night. We're kind of just hunting for level ground, trying to figure out what we're gonna do and set up. And then once we find our spots, and we'll pop the tents, do what we got to do to set up for camp tonight, and get the shade rolled out because it is 84 degrees. That's actually, it doesn't sound too hot, but considering that we've been pretty chilly lately, you know, it's pretty warm. And we're out in the broad daylight, you know, no trees or anything to give us cover, so we're just trying to figure out what we can do to set up camp. So we are here at camp. It's just a smidgen windy. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. So we only have a couple of the awnings up. I was gonna throw the moon shade up, but it's just a little too much right now. That thing would definitely fly away. We've already had one awning that's not in too good of shape because of the wind. So we're kind of just hanging out, trying to find shade where we can to stay out of the sun, because even with the wind, it's still pretty hot. But haven't set up the tent yet because of the wind, and I'm kind of facing it. The tent's facing it directly, so I don't want to deal with that right now. But hopefully later when the wind dies down, I'll pop it up.
Because it got even windier, and I hit it, but not as hard. And I was like,
Hey guys, so I'm back on the trail. My mom came out to meet us. She doesn't have any means of like mapping or navigation, at least off-road for sure. So I went to go back to the Loves that we were at to go, you know, meet her, and then so she can follow me back. So we are back on the trail. Mom's back there in her Gladiator. I don't know if you can see right there. She's following me back. We're maybe like, we still got like 25-30 minutes of trailing to go. So we're back at the campsite. Right now, my nose is so stuffy because of all the dust. It's kind of windy, and my allergies are just really kicking my butt right now. So back at camp, parents, or my parents, are, you know, in the mission trailer about to cook up some dinner. Everybody else is kind of trying to figure out how to set up permanent camp for tonight with all the wind. You know, I'm kind of just kicking back, waiting for the opportune moment to set up the tent, because it is there's like some random crazy gusts that'll come through, and you know, I think that'll just make things a little bit difficult for everybody. So got my cold beverage right here.
your chair.
I'm gonna put the fire out it in and my sinuses.
Is 1:37 in the morning. About to watch some movies on my iPad to fall asleep. There's still a couple people awake, but I'm exhausted. So I'm gonna hit the hay. Allergies are really bad because of all the dust in the air. But I will catch you guys in the morning. Good night. Morning, guys. Actually been awake for a while now. Just been kind of trying to quickly pack up and head out. We have some familial obligations back in town that we have to attend to, so it's been kind of a rush to get packed. And the wind, just as windy as yesterday, it's not too easy, so we're hustling to make sure that we can get out on time. So let's get this quick. Tent is all put up. Did it in a quick frenzy. But my parents are gonna handle the familial obligation, I guess, so I'm gonna take my time putting this stuff away. Everybody's kind of getting started on breakfast, packing up, eating. So, to get to the top parts of the tent, you have to climb on a tire. Now, I'm going to clip these little things. And this is what holds the vinyl cover for the tent. I gotta go. Alright, same thing. Tire. Or wheel. Tire. Clip. And these things basically just make sure that there's tension on the vinyl, so that it doesn't try to fly away on me. That's actually a pretty cool view from up here. That's the crater. on the trail. Had some drone issues. You'll see right now. I guess the gimbal got destabilized with all the wind, so I was flying blind basically. So I had to pull over and basically haul ass to catch back up. But we are back on the trail. We're taking a different route back to civilization. Yeah, I think we're going through La Union, which is like far west El Paso. We're en route right now, kind of hauling ass on some of these dirt roads. It's really not bad at all. The dirt roads, I don't know if you guys can tell, it's a little dusty, but the wind is saving us a lot of grief just because it's keeping the dust, you know, off the trail. So it's not too bad. We're not getting dusted out, you know, in the convoy. But we're all here, and we're taking it back to home after a long, or a good, you know, just quick overnighter with the crew. And it's nice, you know, just to get out and have fun and relax away from the world, I guess. But yeah, the drone issue scared the mess out of me. I thought I broke it or something, but now it's all good. Drone's right here. Everything's good to go. My phone was about to die, so I couldn't really fly it. It doesn't really charge your phone when it's hooked up to the controller. But yeah, it's very decent ending to a nice quick trip for the weekend. If anything else happens, I'll keep you guys updated, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here, just because, you know, we're gonna enjoy the way out and whatever else the day has in store for us. But, you know, thank you for watching. If you like these videos, don't hesitate to like and subscribe. You know, there's not a lot of adventure videos that come out of here in El Paso. Carlos with T2YR Overland also has a YouTube channel where he does, you know, some of the walkarounds of his pretty badass rig. Manny with Southwest Overland, who is also one of the co-organizers of this event. He has a YouTube channel, like I said, Southwest Overland. He does some pretty dope videos too. A lot of adventures, you know, a lot of local stuff here, and that's kind of what I'm trying. The niche that I'm trying to get into, you know, the little community is, you know, just local camping trips, you know, local spots to take your rig out to that are not crazy. My rig is kind of overkill for the stuff that we do, but, you know, I just wanted that guarantee that, you know, where push comes to shove, this thing can make it through whatever it needs to get through. But for sure, you know, thank you for watching. Next video that I have planned out is going to be a rig walk around, just so that you guys can kind of see what I'm working with. Thank you for watching, and, you know, if anything else happens, I'll keep you guys updated. See you later.